The door to our cramped dorm room swung open with a creak that echoed like a gunshot in my mind. There on Amelia's desk lay a crumpled envelope, my name scrawled across it in her familiar looping handwriting. My heart stopped as I picked it up, the words inside confessing a love that had been simmering unspoken between us for months, a love that could ruin everything we'd built. I froze, the paper trembling in my hands. Amelia and I had been roommates since freshman year at NYU. Two girls from opposite coasts thrown together by fate or sheer luck. She was the quiet one from a small town in upstate New York, with a laugh that could light up the darkest lecture hall. And I was Mia, the outspoken city girl from Chicago, always pushing boundaries. We'd shared late-night talks, secrets about crushes and heartbreaks, but this was a line crossed. A confession that made my pulse race with a mix of terror and thrill. What if I felt the same? What if admitting it meant losing her? My mind raced back to the first time I noticed her differently. It was during a rainy afternoon study session. Her fingers brushing mine as she passed a notebook. A spark ignored at first, but it grew. Now holding her letter, I felt exposed. Mia, I've hidden this for so long, it read. Your smile haunts me. I dream of us together beyond friends. The words burned into me. I shoved the letter into my pocket just as the door opened again. Amelia walked in, her eyes widening at my guilty expression. What's wrong? She asked, dropping her backpack. Her voice was soft, but I detected the undercurrent of worry. I couldn't meet her gaze. Instead, I mumbled something about a bad grade and fled to the bathroom, locking the door. Leaning against the sink, I stared at my reflection. Why did this scare me so much? Society's whispers about girls like us, the judgmental stares. I'd seen them directed at others. My family back home, conservative and traditional, would never understand. Dad's voice echoed in my head. Stick to the path, Mia. No detours. But Amelia wasn't a detour. She felt like home. That night we sat on our beds, the tension thick as fog. I pulled out the letter, holding it up like evidence in a trial. This yours? My voice cracked. Her face drained of color, and she nodded slowly. I didn't mean for you to find it like that, she whispered. But it's true. I love you, Mia. More than friends. The air between us crackled. I wanted to say it back, but fear clamped my throat shut. Instead I said, we can't. What about everything? Our families, our friends. She reached for my hand, but I pulled away, the rejection stabbing us both. The next days blurred into awkward silences and stolen glances. Amelia tried to act normal, but her eyes betrayed the hurt. I buried myself in classes, avoiding her as much as possible. Inside, a storm raged. Why couldn't I just embrace this? Was it the fear of labels, lesbian, queer, or the deeper dread of disappointing everyone? My mom had always said, find a nice boy, settle down. But boys never stirred me like Amelia did. Her presence made colors brighter, conversations deeper. Yet, admitting it felt like stepping off a cliff. One evening, as rain pelted the window, Amelia confronted me. We need to talk, Mia. This limbo is killing me. We sat on the floor, backs against the bed. She poured out her soul, how she'd known since high school, hidden it from her strict Catholic family, the shame that gnawed at her. I thought you felt it too, she said, tears glistening. I did. God, I did. But the words stuck. What if it's a mistake? I whispered. What if we ruin us? She leaned closer, her breath warm on my skin. Or what if it's the best thing we ever do? That night I made a choice. As she slept, I slipped into her bed, wrapping my arms around her. She stirred, turning to face me, and in that moment, our lips met in a kiss that felt like coming alive. No fireworks, just truth. But even as joy flooded me, doubt lingered. What price would we pay for this? The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of secret moments, stolen kisses in the library, hands brushing under tables. We kept it hidden, but the thrill mixed with paranoia. Amelia's family was coming for a visit soon, her mother especially, a woman who embodied small-town values. She can't know, Amelia insisted. It would break her. I nodded, but inside, resentment brewed. Why hide who we are? Society's chains felt heavier each day. Then came the invitation. Amelia wanted me to visit her hometown over spring break. It'll be fun, she said. Just us away from here. I agreed, hoping distance would solidify us. But as we packed, her nervousness grew. My mom. She's traditional. I squeezed her hand. We'll be careful. Little did I know, careful wouldn't be enough. The drive upstate was tense, Amelia gripping the wheel like a lifeline. What if she suspects? She muttered. I tried to reassure her, but my own fears mirrored hers. Arriving in her quaint town with its white picket fences and church steeples felt like entering enemy territory. Her house loomed, welcoming on the outside, but I sensed the judgment within. We pulled up and there she was, Amelia's mother standing on the porch, arms crossed, eyes sharp as knives. She hugged Amelia tightly, then turned to me with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. You must be Mia. I've heard so much. Her tone dripped with unspoken accusations. As we entered, I caught her glancing at our linked hands. The game had begun. Dinner that night was a minefield. Mrs. Harper, call me Evelyn, she said, peppered us with questions. Any boyfriends back at school? She asked Amelia pointedly. Amelia laughed it off, but I saw the strain. No, Mom. Just focusing on studies. Evelyn's gaze flicked to me. And you, Mia? You're such a pretty girl. I forced a smile. Same here. Inside, anger simmered. Why assume? Why force the narrative? Later, in Amelia's childhood room, we whispered under the covers. She knows something, Amelia said, panic in her voice. I held her close. We can handle it. But doubt crept in. Was this worth the hiding, the lies? Amelia's inner conflict was palpable. She loved her family, but loving me meant betraying their expectations. I can't lose them, she confessed. But I can't lose you either. The weight of her words crushed me. Choices loomed, each with a cost. The next day, Evelyn suggested a town tour. As we walked, she pointed out the church where Amelia was baptized, the school where she had her first crush on a boy, she emphasized. Subtle digs, but they landed. Amelia laughed along, but her eyes screamed apology to me. I felt like an outsider, a threat to their perfect world. You two are so close, Evelyn remarked. Like sisters. The word stung. We weren't sisters, we were lovers. But saying it aloud? Impossible here. That afternoon, while Amelia ran errands, Evelyn cornered me in the kitchen. I see how you look at her, she said flatly. My blood ran cold. What do you mean? She leaned in. Don't play dumb. I found letters in her room last year. About girls. I thought it was a phase, but now you. Her voice trailed off, disgust evident. You need to leave her alone. I stood tall. It's not like that. But it was. And denying it felt like betraying Amelia. When Amelia returned, I told her everything. Her face crumpled. She can't know the truth. We argued in hushed tones. Why not? Hiding is killing us. She shook her head. You don't understand. My family, they disown me. The divide grew. That night, as she cried in my arms, I wondered if love was enough to bridge it. The confrontation simmered like a pot about to boil over. Amelia paced the room, her hands twisting in anxiety. Mom's always been like this, prying, judging. But if she finds out about us? Her voice broke. I pulled her down beside me on the bed. Then what? We face it together. But even as I said it, fear gnawed at me. My own family wasn't much better. Dad's homophobic jokes at dinner tables, Mom's silent agreement. Coming out meant risking everything: support, love, future. Amelia buried her face in my shoulder. I love you, Mia. But this town, these people, they see us as wrong. Her words echoed my inner turmoil. Was it wrong? Society screamed yes with its laws and norms, but my heart said no. The conflict tore at me. I remembered high school, when I first realized my attractions weren't normal. Crushes on girls ignored, buried under pretend dates with boys. Amelia had been my awakening, but now reality crashed in. The next morning, Evelyn announced a family gathering. Aunts, uncles, cousins, all excited to see you, Amelia. Her eyes dared me to object. As we prepared, Amelia's tension mounted. Act normal, she whispered. Normal. The word tasted bitter. At the barbecue, relatives swarmed, hugging Amelia, ignoring me mostly. Then came the questions. When are you bringing home a nice young man? Laughter rippled. Amelia forced a smile. Soon, maybe. I felt invisible, erased. Uncle Ted, beer in hand, launched into a rant about those liberals in the city ruining traditional values. Nods all around. I bit my tongue, but inside rage boiled. Amelia shot me pleading looks. Don't, she mouthed. But how could I not? This was our life, they mocked unknowingly. As the day wore on, I excused myself, wandering to the backyard swing. Amelia joined me later. I'm sorry, she said. They don't mean it personally. But it was personal. It was us. That night, back in her room, the dam broke. I can't do this anymore, I said. Hiding like criminals. Amelia's eyes filled with tears. What do you want? To announce it at dinner. Sarcasm laced her words, but hurt underpinned it. We argued, voices low but intense. You're ashamed of me, I accused. No. Of what they'll think. Her admission hung heavy. The mouth Wandao Duk hit hard. Was loving her worth destroying her world? Sleep evaded me. I lay awake replaying memories. Our first date disguised as a study break, walking hand in hand in Central Park. Blissful until a passerby's stare made us drop hands. Society's eyes everywhere. Amelia stirred beside me. Mia, she whispered. Do you regret us? I turned, cupping her face. Never. But the hiding. She nodded. I know. Maybe we tell her. Slowly. But fate intervened. The next day while we were out, Evelyn searched our backs. She found a photo us kissing tucked in my wallet. We returned to find her waiting, the picture in hand. Explain this, she demanded, voice shaking with fury. Amelia paled. Mom, it's not. Evelyn cut her off. Not what? Sin. Abomination. The words slashed like knives. Amelia crumbled, tears streaming. I love her, Mom. The admission echoed. Evelyn recoiled. No. This is a phase. That city corrupted you. She turned to me. You did this. Get out. I stood firm. I love your daughter. That's not corruption. But Amelia hesitated, glancing between us. Mom, please understand. Evelyn's face hardened. Choose. Her or your family. The ultimatum hung like a guillotine. Amelia's eyes met mine, pleading. But doubt flickered. I can't lose you, Mom. My heart shattered. Was that it? Betrayal in her wavering. I grabbed my things, storming out. Fine. Choose them. As I left, her sobs followed me. The drive back to the city was a blur of tears and regret. Had I pushed too hard? Was forcing the truth worth this pain? Back in the dorm alone, I replayed it all. Amelia's text flooded in. I'm sorry. I panicked. But the damage was done. Trust fractured. When she returned days later, we faced each other like strangers. I told her everything, she said. She disowned me. Shock hit me. What? Amelia collapsed into my arms. I chose you, Mia. But it hurt so much. Relief mixed with guilt. She'd sacrificed her family for us. But was it right? The weight pressed down. Society's rejection loomed larger now, friends who might turn away, jobs that could discriminate. Amelia's inner struggle was raw. Was it worth it? Losing them. I held her. We'll build our own family. But doubt whispered, at what cost? Weeks passed in a haze of reconciliation. We navigated the fallout. Amelia's calls to relatives ignored. Her father's silence deafening. She withdrew, depression creeping in. I feel like a monster, she confessed one night. Breaking their hearts. I tried to console her, but my own demons surfaced. Had I manipulated her into choosing? The mouthwan Noi Tom raged. Love versus duty. Then came the backlash. A cousin leaked the news online, small-town gossip exploding. Anonymous messages poured in. Freak. Sinner. Amelia's social media became a battlefield. She deactivated accounts, but the damage lingered. Why can't they just let us be? She cried. I had no answer. Society's Dinkin Xe Hoi was a monster, feeding on fear. One evening, a knock at the door. Evelyn stood there, eyes red-rimmed. Can we talk? Amelia tensed, but let her in. The conversation was brutal. Evelyn admitted her fears. I was raised to believe this is wrong. But seeing you hurt. Tears flowed. I don't understand, but I love you. A tentative bridge, but fragile. Amelia hugged her, sobbing. I watched from the sidelines, hopeful yet wary. Was this acceptance or pity? As Evelyn left, promising to try, Amelia turned to me. Maybe there's hope. But the scar remained. Our love, once pure, now bore the marks of battle. The choices we'd made, confronting, sacrificing, had changed us. Stronger? Or broken? Hope flickered like a candle in wind. Evelyn's visit sparked cautious optimism, but reality bit hard. Amelia dove into therapy, unpacking years of suppressed identity. I hid so long it became habit, she told me during a session recap. I nodded, but inside envy stirred. She had support now, while my family remained in the dark. When do I tell mine? I wondered aloud. Amelia squeezed my hand. When you're ready. But readiness felt elusive. The city buzzed around us, indifferent to our drama. Classes resumed, but focus waned. Amelia's grades slipped, mine followed. The pressure mounted. Financial aid tied to performance, futures at stake. We can't let this destroy us, I said. Yet it was. Nights brought arguments. You pushed me to choose, she'd accuse. You hesitated. I'd retort. Love twisted into resentment. Then a betrayal that cut deep. Scrolling through my phone, I found messages. Amelia texting an old high school friend, Sarah confessing doubts. Sometimes I wonder if Mom was right. Is this worth it? My stomach dropped. Confronting her, tears stung my eyes. You doubt us. She looked guilty. It's hard, Mia. The loss. Excuses. But the seed of distrust sprouted. We took a break, space to breathe. I crashed with a friend, nights filled with what-ifs. Was our love real or a rebellion? Society's voice echoed. It's unnatural. But my heart rebelled. Amelia's calls went unanswered at first, then I caved. I miss you, she said. Reunion was tentative, promises made. No more secrets. But secrets breed. Evelyn called often, her concern veiling control. Have you thought about counseling? To fix this? Amelia brushed it off, but I saw the toll. She's trying, she defended. Trying to change her, I thought. The family pull was strong. Amelia's guilt palpable. I owe them, she'd say. A what? Conformity? A turning point came at a campus pride event. We attended, hands linked publicly for the first time. Empowerment surged, but stares followed. Some supportive, others hostile. A guy muttered slurs as we passed. Amelia flinched. See? This is our life now. Her words stung. Was she regretting? That night, she admitted. Sometimes I wish we could go back to just friends. Dagger to the heart. The confession sparked a fight. Then go back. I yelled. She stormed out. Alone I crumbled. The damage of society's rejection internalized. Why fight when the world conspired against us? But love persisted, stubborn. She returned hours later, apologetic. I don't mean it. It's the fear. We talked till dawn, dissecting fears. Loss, judgment, isolation. Amelia's inner monologue revealed depths. I've always felt different, wrong. You made me feel right, but at what price? Mine mirrored. Loving you is my truth, but the world's lies make it hard. Recommitted, we planned a weekend getaway. Away from prying eyes, we rediscovered joy, laughs, touches, dreams shared. But reality intruded via a call. Evelyn hospitalized after a fall. Amelia rushed home, me in tow. At the hospital, family gathered. Awkward greetings, sidelong glances. Evelyn, weak but sharp, pulled Amelia aside. This life you're choosing. It's hurting everyone. Amelia emerged shaken. She wants me to end it. Fury rose in me. And Amelia hesitated. I told her no. Relief, but the hesitation lingered. Back in the city, strain returned. Amelia distanced, burying in work. Need space, she said. Space became chasm. Then the ultimate betrayal. I found emails to a therapist but copied to Evelyn, detailing our issues, seeking ways to reorient. My world tilted. You're trying to change? I confronted. She denied at first, then broke. Mom suggested it. I was desperate. Desperate enough to erase us? The fight was explosive. How could you? I screamed. After everything? She sobbed. I love you, but the pain. Pain I caused? No, society did. But blame shifted. I left, slamming the door. Heartbroken, I wandered streets, questioning everything. Was love worth this cycle of hurt? Days blurred. Amelia's pleas ignored. Friends advised. Move on. But how? She was part of me. Then a message. Meet me. Please. At our favorite cafe, she looked haunted. I was wrong. Therapy's for acceptance, not change. Mom twisted it. Proof shown, emails edited. Relief? Partial. Trust shattered. We tried rebuilding, but cracks showed. Society's pressure amplified. Job interviews where family values coded discrimination. Amelia lost an internship. Suspicion loomed. Because of us? She wondered. Paranoia set in. A climax brewed when Evelyn visited again. Unannounced. I want to understand, she claimed. Dinner was tense. Questions probed. How did this happen? Amelia defended. It just is. Evelyn pushed. But the Bible. I interjected. Love isn't sin. Debate raged, emotions high. Evelyn left in tears. I can't accept this. Amelia's resolve wavered. Maybe she's right. The words gutted me. Then what? End us. Silence. Her choice hung a precipice. The silence stretched, a void swallowing us. Amelia's eyes avoided mine. Her hands fidgeting with the hem of her shirt. I don't know, Mia. Everything's so messed up. Her admission fueled my anger. Messed up because of them, not us. But deep down I questioned too. The constant battles, internal, external, exhausted us. Was persistence strength or stubbornness? That night we slept apart, the dorm feeling vast. My mind churned. Memories of bliss tainted by pain. First kiss now a symbol of risk. Society's mouthwandao duk loomed. Love freely but pay dearly. Amelia's family represented that cost. Tradition versus truth. Morning brought no clarity. Amelia left early. Note saying need time. Time for what? To decide our fate? I threw myself into routine but emptiness gnawed. Friends noticed. You okay? Lies sufficed. Inside turmoil. Did I force this on her? Her hesitation screamed yes. Days later she returned, eyes resolute. We need to talk. Heart pounding, I braced. I love you, but the pressure. I can't. The words landed like blows. So you're choosing them? She shook her head. Choosing peace. Peace without me. Betrayal burned. Arguments ensued. You promised. I cried. Things change, she replied, voice cracking. Change? Or cowardice? She packed, moving to a friend's. Temporary, she said. But it felt final. Alone I raged, then grieved. The loss hit waves. Future dreams shattered. Word spread. Sympathetic messages, but judgment too. Told you it wouldn't last. Society's victory. I withdrew, questioning identity. Was I wrong for loving her? Therapy helped unpack. It's not you, it's the world. But the world won. Then a twist. Evelyn called me. Amelia's miserable. Come talk. Reluctant I went. At their home Amelia looked broken. Evelyn spoke first. I was wrong to force her. Shock. Seeing her pain. Maybe I can learn.
Tentative acceptance?
Amelia and I talked privately. I panicked again, she admitted. Fear won. Tears flowed. Forgive me. Forgiveness? Earned, not given. But love persisted. We reconciled slowly. Evelyn joined therapy sessions, bridging gaps. Progress fragile. But challenges mounted. Back at school, a professor's comment. Diversity is fine, but subtle bias. Amelia stood up. Love is love. Pride swelled. Our bond strengthened through fire. Yet doubts lingered. A party brought temptation. Sarah, the old friend, flirting with Amelia. Jealousy flared. Nothing, she assured. But seeds sown. Later I found them talking late. Innocent. Or not. Confrontation. Do you still doubt? She denied, but tension rose. The cycle repeated. Trust erodes, rebuilds. Society's din amplified every flaw. Family holidays loomed, mine unaware. Tell them, Amelia urged. Hypocrisy. She had now me. Calling home, heart racing. Mom's reaction. What? No. Dad's silence worse. Disappointment palpable. Come home alone. The rejection mirrored Amelia's. Now I understood her hesitations. It hurts, I confessed. She held me. We'll face it together. United but scarred. Highs followed lows. A pride parade, us marching hand in hand. Empowerment. But counter-protesters shouted hate. Fear returned. Is this our forever? Amelia asked. Forever battling? A major decision loomed. Post-graduation plans. Amelia got a job offer in California. Progressive, accepting. Come with me. But my ties to New York family mending slowly. Choice. Follow love or stay rooted. Inner conflict raged. What if I resent you? I worried. Debates heated. We can make it work, she insisted. But distance. Past betrayals haunted. Evelyn weighed in. Follow your heart. Ironic from her. Ultimately, I chose us. Packing excitement mixed with terror. Leaving meant cutting ties further. Dad's last call. Don't come back. Heartbreak. Arrival in California brought fresh start. New city, new life. But old ghosts followed. Amelia's doubts resurfaced during stress. What if we're wrong? Cycles. Therapy deepened. We unpacked. Societal pressure internalized as self-doubt. It's not us, it's them. Awakening. But a final test. Sarah visited revelations. I had feelings for you, she told Amelia. My fear confirmed? Amelia's response. But I chose Mia. Loyalty proven. Trust mended. As we settled, peace emerged. Love, hard-won, shone brighter. But costs tallied. Families strained, friends lost, selves transformed. Peace proved illusory at times. California's sun couldn't fully banish shadows. Amelia thrived in her job, but I struggled. Entry-level grind, isolation keen. Miss home, she'd ask. Yes, but home rejected me. Inner monologues turned dark. Was this freedom or exile? A call from mom cracked the facade. We miss you. Can we talk? Tentative reconciliation. Visits planned, boundaries set. Bring Amelia. Shock. Acceptance budding. Amelia's eyes lit with hope. Maybe change is possible. The visit was tense. Dad gruff, mom trying. Conversation skirted truths at first, then delved. Why her? Dad asked. Because she makes me happy. Simple yet profound. Grudging nods. Not full embrace but steps. Back west, momentum built. We volunteered at LGBTQ centers, helping others navigate similar storms. Empowerment through pain. Amelia's story inspired. I lost family but gained truth. Mine joed. But drama lurked. A work colleague outed us maliciously. Whispers, exclusions. Amelia faced demotion threats. Discrimination, we fought. Legal battles ensued, stress mounting. Worth it? She questioned again. Cycles endless. In the fray, a moment of clarity. Alone on a beach, waves crashing, I reflected. Love demanded sacrifices but yielded growth. Amelia joined, hand in mine. We've come far. Yes, through betrayals, choices, hurts. Yet one last conflict. Evelyn's health declined. Amelia wanted to move back. She needs me. East Coast pull versus our life. What about us? I argued. Come with. But my job roots here. Ultimatum reversed. Debates raged. Family first, she said. We're family. Hurt flared. Inner turmoil. Lose her or uproot. She left temporarily, space again. Loneliness amplified doubts. Her return brought decision. Stay here. I'll visit often. Compromise. Or slow fade. We tried but distance strained. Calls turned arguments. You're choosing them again. Reunion visits passionate, but partings wrenching. Love endured but form shifted. Is this enough? I wondered. A crisis forced hand. Evelyn's passing. Amelia devastated, I flew east. Funeral tense, family cold. But in grief bonds mended. Amelia's eulogy. Mom learned to love me as I am. Tears all around. Post-funeral choice. Stay or return. With you, she chose. Back to California renewed. Years condensed lessons. We married quietly. Rings symbolizing victories. Families attended reluctantly, progress noted. But reflections lingered. Choices right? Damages justified? In the end, as we sat watching sunset, peace settled. Love prevailed but scarred. Was sacrificing family ties for personal truth ultimately the right choice? Or a selfish act that caused unnecessary pain?